Even from an early age, I loved being read to. Whether it was reading the same book over and over, coloring, or doing word searches, anything that was hands-on, I loved. I was blessed with amazing parents and good friends of parents, so I always had someone willing to read to me. I was also pretty independent, so it's no surprise that I learned to read without my parents even knowing. Goodnight Moon is where my literacy journey began. At 4 years old, I sat in my living room floor and began reading to my parents. They were surprised that I knew how to read and asked me where I learned. I grew up in a small town in North Alabama. The preschool/daycare I went to had been working with me on my reading and writing skills, and my parents didn't even know. When I started kindergarten, I was fully literate and started reading moderate picture books. Here were some of the books I couldn't get enough of. My kindergarten teacher made reading something to look forward to. We had a reward system where if we were good for the day, we got to read in the treehouse. I asked my kindergarten teacher for a picture of the treehouse, but she didn't have any readily available. So just imagine a treehouse similar to this, with a play kitchen downstairs and beanbags and books upstairs. It was awesome. My kindergarten and first grade teachers have stuck with me until this day. I have them to thank for my advanced literacy skills, along with my parents. Their classroom environment was fun, engaging, and I was always wanting to learn. By second grade, I had started reading chapter books like Junie B. Jones, the Magic Treehouse series, A Series of Unfortunate Events, and Nancy Drew. I couldn't get enough of reading. Second grade is also the first memory I have of learning to write. We started learning cursive and I really enjoyed it. Before second grade, the only memory I have of writing is that I knew how to write my name in print and cursive before kindergarten. Fourth grade is when everything shifted for me. Accelerated Reader, also known as AR, began. We had to take a test to see what level we were comfortable reading at. I usually tested above average on what grade level I should read at, so I was forced to read in that range. However, it wasn't what I enjoyed, and that was when I lost my interest in reading. We were expected to take AR tests on books that we were reading to measure comprehension, and we were required to get so many AR points every 6 weeks. It was also made into a competition to see who could get the most. Reading became more of a chore rather than something I did for fun. It was around this time that I also discovered my strength in writing. It wasn't necessarily my favorite thing to do, but I was good at it. I attribute this to my mom. She's a great writer. She plays guitar, so she wrote her own songs while I was growing up, and she also did a prison ministry where she would write 1 to 2 page lessons for prison inmates around the world. In 5th grade, I moved to Tyler, Texas, and started pre-AP classes. The dislike for reading grew even more. Pre-AP classes not only required pre-selected reading, but also assigned readings during the summer. For 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, I had 2 to 3 books to read every summer, as well as several other books that we read throughout the school year. These assignments required identifying certain vocabulary words, writing papers, and answering questions as you read through each book. By the time I got to high school, I was over reading. And then the reading assignments got even more intricate. We had to annotate. At this point for me, it wasn't so much about the reading as it was I was tired of being told what I had to read. I was so busy reading what they were telling me to read for school that I felt like I never had any free time to read what I wanted to. At the end of my freshman year of high school, I was ready to give it a break. I was over pre-AP classes and I wanted to just go back to doing normal schedule. But I decided I would give it one more year, and I'm glad I did. The books we read my sophomore year is what changed my perspective on reading. To Kill a Mockingbird, The Great Gatsby, and Lord of the Flies had the greatest symbolism I had ever seen in any book I read. I also have my 10th grade teacher, Mrs. Garrison, to thank. I don't have a picture of her, but she gave me a little bit of tough love on my writing and pushed me to do better. After 10th grade, I quit pre-AP courses. This was very refreshing for me. I no longer had to worry about extensive reading assignments and never-ending essays. I finally had time to read for fun again. I mostly read Nicholas Sparks or any other romance novel I found intriguing. It wasn't until I started college that I was able to truly appreciate how all of the reading, annotation, and extensive essays helped me grow as a writer. It truly strengthened me in my English composition courses and made me a better writer. To this day, I still can't say that reading is my favorite thing to do. I probably only read 2 or 3 books a year for fun. However, all of my past experiences molded me into the strong reader and writer that I am today. I don't believe that to be a teacher you have to absolutely love reading, but as a teacher, you need to truly understand and appreciate the benefits of reading and writing, not only in your education, but in everyday life. After reflecting on my literacy journey and tracing the steps back to where it all began, I can't wait to be a teacher that will possibly be a milestone for a child in their literacy journey ahead.